I stepped in my dog's crap yesterday.
What is?
What is Clint?
What is up, Dream City Youth?
This is Sunday Vibes Easter Edition.
Yeah, boy!
I'm Pastor Josiah, the Glendale Campus Youth Pastor.
My name is Brian Martin, and I am the Scottsdale Youth Pastor.
Ka-chow!
Ash Otesius, I'm the Phoenix Campus Youth Pastor. I got you, didn't I?
Caden Matchett, and I'm the junior high youth pastor at the Phoenix campus.
He's gone.
Hey guys, I'm Josh Blackford. I'm the young adults pastor here, and I will be moderating our segment today. To start us off today, we just have some questions for you about Easter. So the first one will be peeps, yay or nay?
Nay, never, ever.
No.
No.
I like peeps, but I don't like to eat them. I like to make them joust. If you've never seen peep jousting before, I suggest looking it up.
All right, awesome. All right, so what is your favorite Easter meal?
My most fond memory of Easter was we all went to KFC on Easter because KFC in Australia is miles better than here. And I remember we'd get just a giant bucket of chicken, some fries. Australian KFC has fries, not wedges like you guys do here. It's a disgrace.
Norway is the strongest.
But I just remember waking up and just craving fried chicken. And still to this day on Easter, I crave fried chicken.
My favorite Easter meal is always ham, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, raw.
So I'm big in the chicken nugget world.
I am beautiful.
Okay, awesome. So what is one Easter tradition you had as a kid that you want to continue with your family?
My favorite Easter tradition is my mom would hide eggs, plastic eggs, all around the house with like little candies or money in them. And she would let us all, yeah, I know, unorthodox, just bear with me. She'd let us all hide them. But me, being so much older than all my siblings, I would get all of the eggs with money in them before they had a chance. And they'd be left with nothing but Reese's Pieces and Hershey Kisses, and I'd walk away with like 20 bucks. So I will do that with my kids, and I will probably still walk away with 20 bucks, and they can have Reese's Pieces.
So, Pastor Ash, just so I understand, for your future children, you will pack the eggs with money for you to be the person who finds the eggs to get back the money you put in it.
Yeah, ballin' don't come cheap, so whatever they don't know doesn't hurt them. But I'll be looking like a straight boss come Easter Sunday with my kids.
One of my favorite Easter traditions was my mom would make resurrection rolls for breakfast. Pastor Josiah. No joke. This is my mom was a kid's pastor, so you have to deal with me for a second. But we'd get like these sweet rolls, and we would understand the resurrection of Jesus by putting a marshmallow in the middle of the roll. And if you don't know what marshmallow does in the oven after a while, it disappears, kind of like what Jesus did.
Favorite Easter memory?
So at our church, we did like a big Easter egg hunt too. But this year, the weather was bad and it was going to rain and storm. So we had to move it inside the sanctuary. And I actually helped hide the golden eggs. So I found one for me. I made sure the homies got some for them. And we all walked out of there with new like Superman bikes. It was freaking awesome.
My favorite memory of Easter is when Jesus rose from the dead.
Did you ever believe in the Easter Bunny?
Yeah, thanks, Pastor Josh. I'll answer this question. It's strange, I never believed in Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny. But my parents tried to run it. I just never bothered. But also, my parents wanted to take credit for the presents and for the chocolates. They weren't giving it away to some schmuck bunny because they were growing up, we didn't have much money, so when they could afford to buy us an egg, they wanted to know that they bought the egg. And it made me appreciate it more.
My mom told me that she was the Easter Bunny, but she was also the Tooth Fairy, and she was Santa. And whatever other things there are as well. Jack Frost, maybe.
Wait a minute, Mom. Who are you?
Hi, Mom. She normally shares the videos I'm in, so.
My parents didn't allow me to believe in anything mythical.
My parents never let me believe in anything that was mythical. Is that the word you use? Okay, you've changed. So much so that even if so much as a Pokemon card came into the house, we needed to burn it up, and we needed to. Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, bro, wow, that's like a cuss word in my house. So Easter Bunny for sure. I knew from the start that was not a thing.
At what age are you too old to participate in an Easter egg hunt?
Great question, Pastor Josh. Truly a remarkable test of your insight and knowledge to ask such a question. I would say the age when you become too old is probably when your age is over double the kids, because then you just look weird. Like if there's like a 10-year-old kid in there, or I suppose, yeah, maybe because there's multiple ages. But I feel like it's more when, like, of the oldest kid, there you go, of the oldest kid, if you're more than double his age, like a 12-year-old, if you're 25,
Okay.
I just think at some
But
point.
what if it's like someone going through the same thing as us? You know, like, and there's like some like 16 or 17-year-old in there. You know what I mean?
No, I never had an Easter egg hunt with a 17-year-old in it. Did you when you were 17?
Maybe.
Got a return. Oh, midfield, and what a hit. Oh, what a huge hit.
I found it. This is when you know you shouldn't be an Easter egg hunt. This is when you look like him, when you wear Crocs to a video shoot.
I'm so stupid.
How has your perspective of Easter changed over the years?
And it's something like still to this day that deeply gets me, but I think it's just it's so mind-blowing to me and mind-boggling that Jesus would die on the cross for me and bear the weight of everything that he has. So I think how my perspective has maybe shifted is just like understanding, having a greater understanding of the weight of what Jesus bore for us on that cross, and I think it just makes it all the more personal, and I weep and cry and like ugly cry on Easter. Like if there's one service I'm gonna cry on, it's definitely Easter. So
yeah, I feel like for me, I mean, I grew up in a Christian home, and hearing the Easter story over and over and over, just like any other story, can seem repetitive. But when I made my faith my own, I'll never forget the proceeding years, I should say, of really just understanding the Easter story, reading passages from Paul saying stuff like, if Jesus didn't rise from the dead, our faith is in vain, and really just cementing how important the resurrection was. And I remember hearing this song, The Cross Has the Final Word. And when I saw and understood the significance of that, and watching as people on an Easter service, this was a few years ago, as their hands were raised and saying, the cross has the final word, the cross has the final word, there was something that broke in me that day. And I remember saying and praying, and I still do to this day throughout the year, but especially around the Easter season, God, don't ever, ever let the story of your cross and your resurrection become boring or commonplace to me. Let it always break my heart, invoke something within me that causes this profound awe of who you are. So that's something that I've just learned and just experienced through the years. So
When I was a kid, I always thought Christmas was the more important holiday. Just as a kid, I think, man, Christmas, I get presents, Jesus' birth, it makes perfect sense. That's the better holiday. But as I gotten older, I've realized that Easter is easily the most important holiday for the world, because if Jesus never resurrected from the dead, then it doesn't matter. Then he wasn't really the Son of God, he wasn't the Messiah, and even though he had a birthday, it's no more significant than yours or mine. So as I got older, I understood it was less about what I can receive and more about what I can give. And Easter is a perfect representation where Jesus gave his life for us so that we can now live a life we don't deserve. We can now give to others. Whereas when I was a kid, I kept on thinking about, man, what can I get? Man, I'm excited for this gift card, excited for lunch, excited for these presents. But now as I'm older, I think, man, I cannot wait to give to my future kids. I cannot wait to give to my friends. I cannot wait to give to my family just as Christ gave to me.
Yeah, I'd say for me, it's a lot like what you guys have said too. It's kind of that transition of, you know, you're a kid and you think all these things as far as, you know, you get these things as far as like an Easter basket or presents, you know, eggs full of money.
Right.
But For me, I really realized the significance of Easter when I rededicated my life to Jesus. And like kind of what Pastor Josiah said, when you really make that relationship your own and you really realize the weight and significance that the cross has and that the Easter story has, then I look at it as a totally different thing, almost a totally different holiday as I used to, just with how I approach it and how I really look at it and tell other people about it even. So
Thank you for tuning in to Sunday Vibes Easter Edition. We're out.